Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration Program for all New Jersey students. For everyone in the audience, you can ask questions at any time to our presenters by using the Q&A button. As a heads up, your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Also, be sure to sign up for additional sessions. You can find many of them at njacac.org/virtualfair. A recording of this session and all future sessions will be available at that same website. So without any further ado, I'd love to turn it over to your panelists. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michael Belcher from the University of Massachusetts Lowell, and where I serve as Director of International, Multicultural, and Regional Admissions. The title of today's session is One Size Does Not Fit All. I'm so pleased to be joined by wonderful colleagues. First, Maria Temples from Marywood University, where they have an undergraduate enrollment of 1,900 students. Next is Patrick Dean from the Suffolk University in Boston with an enrollment of just about 5,000 undergraduate students. You heard from myself already, Michael Belcher, UMass Lowell, undergraduate enrollment 11,674 students. And Latasha Monique Jones from the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, with an enrollment of 17,915 students. So we're really hopeful that this session gives you a sense of the breadth of institutions and the variety of institutions in the US. Different sizes are great for different students. Again, one size does not fit all. So we encourage you to post questions in the chat. If we cannot respond during the Q&A, we will do so during the Q&A at the end, rather. If your question is for a specific institution, just go ahead and chat privately with that representative, and we'll try to be as direct and specific as we can. So I'll kick it off with UMass Lowell, just as an overview. So we are located just about 40 minutes northwest of Boston, Massachusetts. Again, just around 11,674 students, located in what we call the technology corridor, just outside of Boston. Very high energy global community, 18,000 total students, but again, a much smaller number of undergraduate students. So really, we emphasize helping students achieve their purpose. Our graduates are very employable, very, very highly sought after, and they'll be ready to do well and take on leadership roles in their chosen field. Various colleges are represented at UMass Lowell: engineering, the sciences, our College of Fine Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, Zuckerberg College of Health Sciences, and the Manning School of Business. There are 120 different degree programs and a number of 50 different bachelor to master's degree options where students can earn both degrees in 5 years. So that, in terms of, again, the theme of one size fits all, just having the breadth of academic degree programs, the master's programs and doctoral programs, I think speaks to what you can find, some of the benefits of a larger university. And again, just the breadth of students there as well. 50 states represented, 122 different countries, and some of the countries are listed here: India, China, Vietnam, South Korea, Canada. So just some of the benefits of a larger university. But we also try to combine our research intensive nature and our size with a very student-focused teaching environment. So there's a 17-to-1 student-faculty ratio, faculty who are experts in their fields, and our Commonwealth Honors College, open to all students, all degree programs rather. They earn an Honors College distinction on their diploma, faculty and residents, specialized honors housing. So amazing opportunity to sort of create that smaller community within the large university community. So in that regard, you really have, I guess we would call it the best of both worlds, if you would think of it that way. Just again, some of the benefits of large university, research university, a lot of hours committed to community service, very strong ranking on U.S. News and World Report. Again, just some of the benefits there. On-campus internships and co-ops in the community and around the world. So again, just speaking to some of the benefits of a larger university. But again, one size does not fit all, and it's important to recognize the advantages and benefits no matter where you are and whatever size school. Just some of the different programs are listed here. Our You Teach program and difference makers. So I mentioned our undergraduate enrollment of 11,674. Well, just under half of that lives on campus. In residence halls, we have living learning communities. Most of our students live on campus in their first year. So again, you can create that smaller community within the large university structure. A variety of clubs, which again speak to the student interest at UMass Lowell Division I athletic program, very exciting environment. And just a quick sense of some of our admissions deadlines: early action rounds 1 and 2, our transfer admissions deadlines, regular decision February 5th, 2021 for that deadline. Just a quick sense of the average of our incoming students, or when they're applying, rather, strong B average or 3.0 if you would, and 1100 SAT. That's generally going to be a competitive profile when students are applying for admission. And you see here you see all of our contact information. We will make sure to share the screen again. We'd love to hear from you, certainly. I'm going to go ahead and move it over to Maria Temples from Marywood University. And Maria, I will stop sharing if you'd like to share.
Perfect, thank you so much. Let's see. All right. So my name is Maria Temples. I'm actually from Marywood University. We're in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor at Marywood, and I'm going to be focusing and talking about kind of that small school experience. A bit about Marywood. We have about 2,000 undergrad students and about 1,000 grad students. So we're kind of that quintessential smaller school, and we have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And it's going to look like about 20 to 25 students in your major classes at Marywood, and about 30 to 35 in your general education classes. And you're going to see this across the board at smaller institutions. So what is a small college or university? So it's typically a school that has about less than 5,000 students on campus. A lot of them are private, but there's also a lot of opportunities to go to smaller public colleges as well, whether that is a satellite campus or just kind of a smaller college. So you can, choose, which is nice. We're known for our lower student to faculty ratio. And then also smaller schools typically are a little bit more community focused, and they have a very close-knit student body. The academic advantages of a smaller college or university. So like I said, that small student to faculty ratio is a big distinct fact. So you could expect like an 11-to-1, 12-to-1, 13-to-1 student faculty ratio. We have small class sizes, and we don't have any huge lecture halls. So if you're looking for that, one-on-one attention from your professors and your professors to know your name, you're going to get that at a smaller institution. And we don't have any teaching assistants. Like I said, you're going to get to know your professors really, really well. So if you're looking for that personalized attention, you'll find that at a smaller institution. What's nice too is you're going to get an advisor within your department and have a lot of access to your advisor, where it's going to be, you meet with them at least once a semester to kind of get that personalized attention. Unique majors, what's really cool, and Marywood's a good example, we have that opportunity to kind of have that very specific niche major. We have an aviation management major where it's, you can get your pilot's license, but also you get a business degree. So it's a really unique combination. And then we also have a lot of smaller labs and clinics on campus, so you get a lot of hands-on experience on campus before you go out into the field. And a lot of smaller institutions have those kind of aspects to them. And then what's really great too, if you're looking to, choose a little bit more of a challenging major, but also want to be competitive in your sport, a lot of smaller institutions have D3 or D2 sports. So you're kind of able to balance, have that, academic sport balance. Student support services at a smaller school. So it's not only do you kind of see that one-on-one, very personalized attention in the classroom, you also see it with other departments at smaller institutions. And so, with things as you see on the slide, disability services, academic advising, tutoring, career development, you have that personalized connection. I know at Marywood, we have a wonderful director of disability services, and she works one-on-one with our students, gets to know them really well, and advocates for them. And same with tutoring. We have peer tutors that have taken the same class and have even had the same professor as you that are able to tutor you to give you that a little bit more of that one-on-one attention. Getting involved at a smaller university. I think one of the biggest myths is that smaller universities typically don't have a lot of clubs and organizations and ways to get involved. But I know Marywood has over 100 clubs and organizations, and a lot of smaller schools, we do have, 50, 100 plus clubs and organizations, and they range from department clubs to social clubs to service clubs, and you can even create your own club because we're a little bit smaller. Also, it's really a great opportunity to get involved in lots of activities. So at smaller schools, you kind of have that option to kind of have your hands in many pots, play a sport and also be involved in your department club and also do well in your major, and kind of have that, wide range of involvement. And then also leadership opportunities might be a little bit more accessible, just because, if you're applying to be a resident assistant or even an orientation leader, you aren't going to be up against as many people, which is nice. And same with student government. If you're interested in running for a position, you might have 1 or 2 people running against you. So it's really easy to get involved at smaller institutions. So if you're looking for, kind of that well-rounded, getting involved, and also, academic balance, a smaller school could be a good fit for you. Smaller schools are also known for that kind of campus culture. And so I mentioned before how they're very community focused. We're really rooted in our campus traditions. My favorite example at Marywood is we have a Christmas tree lighting. Every December, we put a huge Christmas tree in our rotunda. The faculty, staff, and students, they all come. The daycare on campus comes. The community, the families in the community bring their children. Clubs and organizations hand make ornaments for the Christmas tree. And that's just kind of one example of how the Marywood community comes together. But a lot of small schools have a handful of those events that kind of tie that community focused and community mindset together. You're always going to find a familiar face, and a lot of smaller institutions, they were either founded by religious institutions or faith-based institutions, and service is a big factor. And so mission and values play a large role at smaller institutions. So Marywood has 5 core values that our students, faculty, and staff, they live by, our alumni live by. So if you're looking for an institution that, is mission-based, a smaller school might be a good fit for you. And so just a little bit about the Marywood admissions process that kind of applies to a lot of other smaller institutions. And so we are rolling admissions. We don't have any firm deadlines. We just ask that you deposit by that May 1st national deadline. So a lot of smaller institutions, we're a little bit more flexible with our admissions process, and we are that rolling admissions. And Marywood specifically, if you're interested in us, we are test optional for fall of 2021. So, that's always a positive. And then same, if you're interested in Marywood, you can get to know us a little bit more, either in person or virtually. You can head over to our website, or you can feel free to contact me. Like I said, my name is Maria Temples. Email me or drop a question in the chat if you need anything. And I'm gonna turn it over to Patrick.
Awesome, thank you so much. Alrighty, I'm gonna share my screen. So my name is Patrick Dean. I'm an admissions counselor from Suffolk University. Suffolk University is a medium to small school with just about 5,000 undergraduate students. I like to start off by talking about our major selection. So here we're able to offer just about over 60 undergraduate programs. You can see the list of here, and from very diverse offerings, all the way from accounting and advertising to go into something a little more specific like interior design or radiation therapy, a lot of business programs, biology, and also we have these pre-dental, pre-law, pre-med, pre-optometry tracks. We're able to offer bachelor's to master's accelerators programs, and we have a 3+3 program with our law school as well. So you can do your 3 years of undergraduate studies and then jump straight into 3 years of your JD right here at Suffolk. And now I want to switch my share again and kind of show you what our campus looks like. So right over here is our location. We're located right in the middle of downtown Boston. So not only are we a medium campus, we are very much an urban campus and a non-traditional campus. So for example, students can be right in Nathan Miller Residence Hall, go right up to the top of the building, and then they can just look around and get these phenomenal views of the city with the Boston City skyline right behind you, Boston Common right over there. And you can see through these pictures of our 10 West and Modern Theater Residence Hall, we're very much incorporated into the city around us. So while our campus population itself is pretty small with just about 5,000 undergraduate students, well, small, medium with that number, we're very much part of the larger population of the city of Boston. So you're really getting the best of both worlds when you look at Suffolk University. And you also get to get involved in all of the internship and all of the business experience that there is in Boston. So right over here is where you get the financial district of the city where many of our students go. I'm a huge Boston sports fan, so I love it when our students go right up here to North Station and get internships with the Bruins or the Celtics right up there at the TD Garden. One of our alumni who is a women's soccer player, she's actually working down in Foxborough right now as the director of social media for the New England Patriots. And during her time as undergraduate, she was actually working with a bunch of different companies in the city, working with their social media and working on marketing for them. And as you see right down here, students can just really get engaged into the city and see a location. So for example, on any given day when a Boston sports team wins a championship, they could be going right down the middle of your street and you're just really engaged with everything like that. So when I talk about a medium campus and kind of a campus that is in the middle of a city, we still are able to keep a very good campus identity and a very good campus makeup. So right over here, we have the Ridgeway Gymnasium where a lot of our students like to go to work out, hang out together, and also where our D3 athletics takes place, like our men's and women's basketball teams right over here. Usually this little gym gets pretty packed and pretty loud, so it's a really fun time for all of our students to get together and go take part in these events. Or you can head right over here to the Samia Academic Center and take part in our career and college fair. These are all of the science labs that we have for our students. We're very focused on experiential and hands-on learning. So with our smaller class sizes, we have about a student-faculty ratio of 15:1 and an average class size of just about 20 students. We're able to give that hands-on attention. And again, since we are that medium school, we don't really have any lecture halls on campus, mainly because we're in downtown Boston and we can't fit any lecture halls into our campus. So you're never going to have to worry about being in the back of a 300-person lecture hall. Your professors are going to get to know your names, know your learning styles. We do have teachers' assistants. However, they are not teaching any courses. All your classes are going to be taught by faculty members. And students love to get involved on campus. As we can see right over here in this picture, this is actually our engagement fair. So this is what students do when they come to campus to get involved with all the different clubs that we have. We really work on building a community. One of my favorite places to go is actually right in the building that I'm in, which is 73 Tremont Street, located right on Tremont Street, which is like right in the middle of Boston. And right over here is our commuter center. So this is where we have a lot of our commuter students have their own place to be on campus to make sure they stay a part of the community and they have a place to go in our community as well. So we do try to find welcoming spaces for every single student on campus. To talk about our student makeup, about 20% of our students are actually made up of international students, making us the third highest percentage in the country. And the incoming class of 2020 right now, I believe 40% of our students identify as domestic students of color. So we have a very diverse campus makeup, which makes perfect sense in a multicultural international city like Boston. Finally, when I'm talking a little bit about I also want to add too, not only do we have our campus located in downtown Boston, we also have a campus located in Madrid, Spain as well. So this is where students can spend anywhere from a week to as much as 4 years working at the Madrid campus. Our Madrid campus, even though Suffolk is medium, our Madrid campus is very, very small. There's about, I think, 100 students usually at this Madrid campus. So you're getting very, very intense one-on-one time. You're getting that help from your professors, and everything that you take at the Madrid campus is the exact same that you would take at the Boston campus. So all the courses are going to transfer back over to you. And it's also home to our Global Gateway program, where you can take your first year of spring break and go over to the Madrid campus and spend spring break in Madrid, which is a phenomenal opportunity. And as a recent college graduate, I can tell you these opportunities do not pop up all the time. Just to talk a little bit more about our application process, much like Marywood, we do accept our own application or the common application. We are test optional, so you don't need to submit SAT or ACT scores if you feel like they don't represent who you are. And we take a holistic review of the application. So we really do pay attention to your essay, letters of recommendation, and really everything that goes into your application to make you a whole and well-rounded student. So that's everything that I have about Suffolk University, the medium school, and more of the urban setting. So I'll pass it on to Latasha.
Alrighty, thank you, Patrick. Sorry that took a little bit longer to transition into than what I anticipated. But thank you for having me here today. I'm definitely excited to talk to each and every one of you about UNCW. So I'm just going to do, just like the colleges before me, and speak a little bit about Wilmington and then UNCW. So I hope by the end of this panel, you'll definitely have a better understanding as to why UNCW is named best in the Southeast by Princeton Review. Out of the 16 universities in the UNC system, UNCW is the 7th largest, and we are known as North Carolina's Coastal University. Our campus is centrally located in Wilmington, just 5 miles from Wrightsville Beach and the historic downtown area. To give you a visual of our campus and the surrounding areas, I'm going to play a quick, short campus video.
What is your calling? Who were you born to be? At UNCW, discover your dreams in a world where you can soar. A world built for your success. Learn how to do life and grow to your fullest potential. Here, you create your future. Realize the greatness within you. Celebrate teamwork with your peers and get involved in your community. Influence entrepreneurship, ignite innovation, stimulate research, encourage lifelong learning. At UNCW, you can enjoy the freedom to grow in a safe, friendly environment. A world-class education and boundless diversity in a cozy, personal setting. Explore endless possibilities. Breathe in all that our community has to offer. Develop your mind. Expand your heart. Elevate your dedication. Love others. Come home to UNCW.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it gave you an idea of our campus layout and our campus culture in the Wilmington community. UNCW, we do have nearly 18,000 students with nearly 15,000 undergraduates, and then 3,000 graduate students. So we are a larger university in comparison to the universities that you just heard about. We have 55 academic student service buildings on 660 acres of land. We are also currently having several buildings built. We are under construction, and we are increasingly fulfilling those 660 acres. So that's definitely something that we are excited about. We offer about 60 bachelor degrees. These are some of our more popular majors, but I won't go into each and every one, but I will like to point out that we do have doctoral programs in marine biology, psychology, nursing, as well as education, which is not listed there, but we do have a doctoral program in education. And we have over 40 master's degree programs as well. At UNCW, students are the focus. Our student faculty ratio is 18:1, and the average class size is 27. So you are guaranteed a personal experience. And while we do have teachers' assistants, they do not teach any of the classes. So that's definitely a good thing. All UNCW students engage in applied learning. which includes research and discovery, study abroad, internships, service learning. So our applied learning opportunities give students the tools necessary to transition after college. And many of our students secure internships that lead to opportunities after graduation. So 75% of our UNCW graduates work full-time after graduation, while 14% attend graduate school full-time. There are several things we consider when we're evaluating first-year applicants. We encourage students to challenge themselves by taking a rigorous high school curriculum, including honors, AP courses, IB courses, dual enrolled courses. As far as standardized testing, for the fall of 2021, standardized test scores are optional when applying to UNCW. So if you would like to send them, feel free. If you choose not to send them, your application will not be negatively impacted. We do require students to submit one essay and one short answer question. So definitely pay a close attention to the prompts and the word limit. And remember to proofread. We definitely love proofreading. The short answer is, the short answer prompt is why UNCW, so definitely do your research. The extracurricular portion of the application allows you to paint your picture beyond the classroom. So this is a time to brag about yourself and to let us know your most impressive achievements. And then as far as that letter of recommendation, it should come from a counselor or core academic teacher if you choose. The recommendation letter is encouraged but not required. So collectively, these are all the items that the admissions committee reviews when we're looking at first-year applicants. We offer 2 concrete deadlines for the application. Our early action deadline, which is non-binding, is November the 1st, and applicants will receive a response on or around January the 20th. We are not a rolling admissions office, and we have a hard deadline and a hard notification date. And then the regular decision deadline is February the 1st, and you receive a response on or around March the 15th. We encourage students to apply when they feel they can provide the strongest application. You can stay connected with UNCW by creating your personal UNCW web portal. This puts you on our listservs. It can allow you to receive periodic mailings. You can register for campus tours or open houses. Our campus tours will resume on this coming Monday, October the 5th, and our open house actually started today. So we have a virtual open house that will go from today on through Saturday. So definitely get a C-level account and you can go into some of those sessions. We have presentations from Honors College, learning communities, diversity and inclusion, housing and residence life, and we're even going to host a live guided virtual campus tour. So that's exciting. And then lastly, you can monitor your application status via your web portal. So that kind of concludes, I would say, the formal part of this panel. Thank you for joining us today and listening to us talk about our individual institutions. We hope that you learn one size does not fit all, and what you don't find at one university, you can find at another. And so now I'm going to turn it over to Patrick, where we will take questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And again, thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to come and listen to us talk about our different universities and the different size of the universities as well. So we have a very diverse panel of institutions here, all the way from urban campuses to large campuses. It's such a great opportunity to ask us any questions that you might have about the application process, the application cycle, why should I look at this university? So I invite you all to use the question and answer chat. We can all answer the questions together. To kind of kick it off, though, I want to ask a question to the panel and just kind of say, what would you say is your biggest piece of advice to students applying to college right now?
Patrick, I'll start. Others can join. Of course, we're in the COVID world. In normal times, I would stress taking campus tours. You might learn things. You might surprise yourself to learn that you are interested in a particular size of campus that you hadn't thought about before. Perhaps you're from a smaller community, a small town, and didn't think you'd like a large university. Perhaps you're from an urban environment in a large city and didn't think you'd like a smaller university that may be more suburban or rural. So take this opportunity to to expand. And again, we're in the COVID world, but I'm sure that we all have virtual tours and students who can chat with you. So just make as much personal contact as you can. You may surprise yourself.
I actually completely agree with that. I think, visiting schools, even if it is just virtually and getting to know what you like, whatever you think, I always recommend kind of at least taking a look at one school that's kind of the opposite of that, just so you can kind of compare and contrast and see what you really like. I know when I was going through the process, I thought I might like a larger school, and then I ended up actually at Marywood, a little bit a smaller school, and I'm very thankful for that. So I agree. I definitely recommend kind of seeing, what the best fit is for you and finding a place that feels like home.
I would say a big piece of advice is to use your resources. So there are people here to help guide students through the application process, through the admissions process, through the enrollment process. I am the regional counselor for UNCW for all New Jersey students. So definitely reach out to, admissions officers, stay in contact with them. Stay in contact with your high school counselor, keep them up to date on the the colleges that you're thinking about applying to. So I would say use your resources. We're here to help you in any way that we can.
Awesome, and I can't stress that enough too. Please, please, please utilize us as resources. We're all here to help you out as much as we possibly can through this process. And really, when you're looking at schools, look at a diverse offering of schools. So apply to schools all from like the smallest school all the way up to the biggest school, because you never know which one you might actually like. For example, for me, I really, really, really wanted to go to a small school, but then I ended up going to a little bit of a bigger school, and I absolutely loved my time there. And really look at a diverse offering of prices too. Definitely apply to schools more on the affordable end, and don't be afraid to apply to those more expensive schools, because you never know what your financial aid package is going to be, and you never know what your scholarship package is going to be. So never let the ticket price ever scare you away from a university, because you never know what the outcome might be after you submit your application. So that was great. I don't see any more questions coming in, so I can ask another one to the group. I would say, what is your favorite thing about your specific university?
Well, I'll start. I'll go ahead, Maria. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, so I know I talked a lot about, Marywood being very community focused, but I think one thing kind of on the academic side that I really appreciate about Marywood is there a lot of majors that now, like in the industries, are requiring you to have a master's degree. So Marywood's trying to kind of evolve with that. So we have a really great nutrition and dietetics program. So we have adapted a 5-year nutrition and dietetics program, because to get your credentials, you need a master's degree. So I think it's really neat that, Marywood tries to evolve, especially with a lot of the social issues that are going on right now. Even though we're a smaller school, Marywood always is really trying to kind of evolve with the times, whether it's academically or socially or student engagement focused, whatever the need is, Marywood tries to adapt. And I really appreciate that about Marywood.
I would say one of the things I like about UNCW is that we're a public university with a private feel. We're large enough to where you can meet somebody new every day, but small enough to where you can see someone that you know every day. And we are very much a self-contained campus. So when you're on our campus, you're on our campus. We're not kind of spread out within the city. So that's one good thing that I like about UNCW.
I would say for Lowell, the students come to mind as just one of my favorite parts of my job. They're driven, they're motivated. They're students who are not afraid to work hard. They often end up in leadership positions in their careers. I think so. I've enjoyed their energy very much, and just their ability to maximize opportunities and make the most of their resources. So that's been a standout for me.
Awesome. And to kind of touch on on Suffolk University, probably the biggest thing that I love about Suffolk is just being in Boston. You know, our students just have a phenomenal opportunity to just take advantage of everything in the city, from going to see a Bruins game for $30 just because our students get such heavily discounted tickets. They can go to the Opera House, which is maybe a couple steps right behind your residence hall. Go take a walk through the Boston Common, go ice skating in the Frog Pond when it freezes over in the winter, and just really being in downtown Boston. And a lot of people really get that opportunity to live in a downtown city and go to school while they're downtown too. So I really love that our students just get so involved in everything around us, and the city is just such a wealth of resources for all of our students. So I think that's all of my questions. Does anyone else in the panel have any questions that they wanted to shoot out for the panel? I believe we have just about 5 more minutes left.
I'll just add a comment if that's okay. That adds another factor. We're institutions of different sizes, but as you take campus tours and interact with folks at different institutions, just pay attention to just the quality and the friendliness of the people there. I think that makes a huge difference, regardless of the size. Just the quality of your relationships and your comfort level. You know, there's never a perfect fit, but there's more like a best fit. So just pay attention to the people you meet and in the quality of those relationships.
And I add one thing, just try not to compare yourself to what other students are doing. I know it's kind of hard to do that, but what may work well for one student may not work well for you. So definitely think about what are your needs, what are you looking for, what are your interests, and try not to think about, well, this student's doing this student's going here, this student's applying here. Think about what is best for you. Thank you.
Awesome. So I think that just about does it for us. So I just want to say, again, thank you so much for taking time today to come and speak with us, learn a little bit about our universities, and really truly find out that one size doesn't really fit all for everybody.
Well, thank you so much to our panelists. Great job today. And thank you all for joining us. I hope you learned a couple of lessons from the panelists today. I know I did. When you close this window, there will be a link for a very quick 4-question survey. So we definitely appreciate any feedback that you can provide for our panelists. They would love that feedback. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted for our NJACAC. So if you'd like to sign up for any additional sessions, feel free to go to njaacac.org/virtual fair. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as the other sessions recording again at njaacac.org. So if you'd like to relearn any of the lessons or pass this on to some friends who you'd like to see this session, you can go and view that recording. So thank you all so much and have a great day.